Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Jack Wells Activity Center and a Taste of the Arts. Yes, I am Carrie Showers, class of 2016, and your master of ceremonies for this evening. A little about me, I am a music teacher at Case Elementary in my 6th year. I'm on the board of directors for the local teacher union, and I'm also a member organizer for the state of Indiana. Yes, thank you. This event marks the beginning of the best weekend on campus every year, Homecoming and Family Weekend. I hope you'll stick around all weekend to enjoy a variety of programming, including athletic events, special alumni celebrations, and the bash on the lawn, where everyone is invited to come enjoy live music, food, trucks, inflatable, and so much more. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Jim Coleman, Assistant Professor and Director of Campus Ministries, to give our invocation.
Good evening. Let us pray. Lord, you're the creator of all things and the one who gifts creativity. And we thank you that we can be in this place tonight to see the way that you have formed our performers, that you've worked for years, countless hours in their lives, to bring them to this place of offering their gifts to us. And we also ask that you would inspire us to take however we are gifted and to share it. In that kind of way, testify to your beautiful creation and creativity. In all these ways, we thank you and pray in your name. Amen.
Thank you so much. We have an incredible lineup of performances this evening, showcasing some of the best of what the fine arts at Kentucky Wesleyan have to offer. But before we begin the performance portion of this evening, I'd like to welcome our provost, Dr. James Cousins, to share a few words.
Good evening. We're so excited this evening to share just a small sampling of some of what we do here every day, all year round. What you'll see tonight are just some of the products of hard work that the countless hours of practice and refinement, the honing of skills and pushing students beyond their capabilities. You'll see the products tonight, but what's hidden from your view are the processes, the teaching, the group and individual instruction. Each of these artistic mediums you'll see and hear tonight is brought to you by way of really countless hours of practice and rehearsal, the trial and error as students work through to hone their craft. As provost, I have the benefit of sneaking around campus and watching rehearsals, and it leaves a deep impression on me every semester. I'm impressed by the commitments of our faculty and the vast talents of our students. Professors Stuckmeyer, Jewett, and Clark teach students to work individually to support a greater energy of the whole. Professors Gross and Canley teach the art of storytelling, the merger of technical and creative arts, and they give students a greater perspective on themselves and those around them, how to collaborate and make meaning. Professors Lodgson and Stanley fire their students with a passion for creativity and creative expression that transcends the medium. All of these are incredible disciplinary lenses. All of our students, regardless of their major or vocational calling, have the opportunity to engage in the arts on day one of their academic journeys. And you'll hear this from our first year and our transfer students who brag about the accessibility of our faculty and the immediate insertion into high-level creative work. I'm so proud to play just a very minor supporting role in their efforts. And I'm also proud to say that while other colleges and universities are divesting themselves of the fine and creative arts, Kentucky Wesleyan is investing. We do this because the fine and performing arts are really at the center of the liberal arts. Critical thinking, deliberate practice, the search for individual expression, these are all very marketable goals. But the arts aren't just about the liberal arts, they're also about the formation of what's really important to us for our students as they graduate, as we prepare students intellectually, spiritually, and physically. And as a historian, I appreciate the arts from a different perspective. I celebrate the arts as one of our sort of core responsibilities. America is a great country because it's free. And the freedom of expression is our bedrock of the Republic. The right of freedom is made manifest in our arts. And the fine arts are a living testament to freedom because they give us the means to respond to current issues, create heterogeneous visions of societal improvement, and engage in the real work of democracy. The arts are also what helped make our country unique, set apart from the decadent, decaying old world. Great American artists, painters, musicians, and playwrights succeeded because their work represented something distinctly American, and that distinctive quality was freedom. Freed from the conventions of the old world, Americans created art that represented the realities and visions of those around them. The arts helped hold the Republican experiment together. At the turn of the 19th century, fears of sedition and rebellion and foreign invasions gripped the country, and fears of what the country could become descended on America with the great waves of migration in the middle of the 19th century and the early 20th. These questions persisted about what vision of the Republic would persist, what vision would endure, how the national character would shift, bend, or break. American arts unified the country by binding it together with a common culture. Naturalist painters celebrated America's open expanses and underdeveloped frontiers. American playwrights and performers breathed new life into older works and celebrated a new boisterous interaction with the arts. And of course, American music, the anthems, spirituals, and folk music gave the country a common language that transcended geographical boundaries. The celebration of the arts comes natural to us as Americans because we love freedom. The symbolism and imagery provoke emotions, challenge social and societal norms, and inspire us as individuals to take collective action in the pursuit of freedom. We're so grateful to have you here with us tonight to celebrate our students, our faculty, and of course to celebrate our ability to bring these experiences to you free and uncensored. So I'd encourage you all to follow the arts programs on social media and make note of upcoming performances, and please do join us whenever you're available. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cousins. At this time, I'm honored to introduce Nate Gross, Associate Professor of Theater, to introduce our first performance.
Thank you, sir. Hello, good evening, everyone. Good to see you, good-looking crowd. I'm Nate Gross, Director of Theater here, and you are about to see a scene from Frankenstein. 4 scenes, actually, that will take about 8 minutes, and it's not the Frankenstein that you may be used to. It's a different version. This was adapted directly from the novel by playwright R.N. Sandberg. And this is more from Dr. Victor Frankenstein's mind towards the end of his life, a series of flashbacks. So nothing is real, everything is more a dream or a nightmare, if you will. Frankenstein.
but the shopkeepers need to verify. What has happened to you? I'm no longer one of your fawning students. I'm my own man now, free. Free to forsake your spying so serving and complacency. Free to create something. You're sick! No, I'm excited. I'm doing something to change the world. You have a fever. No, my blood is boiling because I'm alive. That's the secret, you see. Sit down. Rest. You must have some tea. You'd like to sleep, wouldn't you? You love to observe, to penetrate to the core of my work, and then to make it your own. Don't deny it. You came here to sleep. But I don't care. You can stay. You can watch. You can see how the world will be changed. I'm going to get you a doctor. No! The experiment is about to begin, Professor. I'm going to produce the data you demanded. I went to the graveyard, you see. I dug up those rotting bodies, dug them up in every stage of dripping, stinking decomposition. When was the life fully gone? One day, two, a week. Oh, and the flesh of the fingertips was brittle. Oh, was life a matter of moisture leaving the system? If I rehydrated a corpse, might it still possess some life? Oh, and of course, what was it that might bring the rehydrated, lifeless organism back into our world? Or was it purely some form of energy? Or was it something else entirely? Some intangible, divine spark? Oh, but if it was that, an intelligence like yours, oh, Professor, you'll never understand. I'm sorry for that. In a way, I want you to be here to witness the world changing. But I shan't be alone for long. I have taken human bodies and torn them apart. I have not meant to commit a crime against life. I have built a new being, and though it is large, I have not done this to affront the living. I have done it to make my work easier and more beautiful. My work itself, though difficult, has been joyful. And the being that I will come forth from this work, I know, will feel the love I have given. I pray my work and his life will be a benefit to all humankind.
sorry, Mr. Victor.
Justine.
Yes, it's me. You'll be fine now. You see, it's just like with the babies. The slut brings them to life.
Is it really gone?
There's no one here but us.
Gone.
Stop it!
Everything was confusion. Sight and sound, smell and touch, all came at once. I struggled to find something fixed, secure. Then one sound came louder.
No.
I moved toward it, but it moved away.
No.
Again it came, and again I followed.
No.
But the more I pursued, the more it retreated.
No.
I longed to call, "Stop! Please! Please!" No! But I knew not how to speak. Then I found myself in a cold, dark place filled with so many sounds that I trembled. I was terrified, and I ran until I collapsed. Alone in the forest. Even the animals ran from me, learning what to eat, how to survive, all alone. Everyone runs from me.
No more. You're with me.
The first man I remember, I approached him cautiously, yet when he saw me, he screamed and ran.
I won't run.
I reached out to each new one, and each ran.
No more. It's all right now.
Finally, I happened upon a village. I saw a man walk to the door of a house and knock soundly upon it. A woman emerged. The two embraced and entered the house together. I knew my chance had come. I walked to the door of the house. I knocked soundly upon it. When the woman appeared, I opened my arms to embrace her. She shrieked, "No!" The man appeared. He began shouting and beating me violently with his stick. For I know not what others came, all shouting and beating me violently until I ran to save my life. No! I no longer run now. I walk with a purpose.
Thank you, everyone. That was from Frankenstein. So that was directed by Jordan Blake Key. I know a few of you know him, maybe graduated with him. He's an alum from 2018. Graduated with a theater and a music degree from here. Very proud of him, and we brought him back to direct Frankenstein. It opens in 1 week. So if you'd like to come see it, it's it's a week from today. So it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. And then we have a Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. It's in the Ralph Center, which is just down the road behind me, on the corner of This is College and Griffith. So please come see it. It's Ralph Center, Hager Performance Hall, the Nelda People Darrell stage. Come see it. Let me explain a little bit about what you saw and how it's a little different than, of course, what you expect with Frankenstein. Jordan had an interesting concept, vision for this play. The costuming and the set, and obviously you don't have the benefit of seeing the set along with the costumes, and actually there'll be makeup too that will all give you, it'll evoke, it was inspired by Alexa Mead's painting, the artwork that this artist does. Alexa Mead does art that looks two-dimensional but is actually three-dimensional. So the idea is these actors, along with the set and with their painted makeup, will look two-dimensional, and they'll tell the story of Dr. Frankenstein and his creature. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's happening with our program while some of these actors have a chance to They are already changed. I better hurry then. They're waiting on me. So I want to tell you the rest of our season. So we got Frankenstein coming up. I did tape up one poster just like this somewhere in this building. If you find it, you are eligible to buy a ticket. If you don't, you may still buy a ticket. So there's that. The next show we have coming up is directed by a performer that you are about to see on stage, Allison Miller. She's about to announce her cast for Steel Magnolias. And that will also be in the Ralph Center Hager Hall. A lot of you are probably familiar with the movie. The play, which was first, is just six women from Alabama, focuses heavily on the mother and daughter story of Lynn and Shelby. But six wonderful female characters in this show. Please come see that. That's the third weekend of November. And then after that, we have another alum coming back to direct our musical. In 2011, I believe it was, this musical was on Broadway, and it was a disaster. It's called Disaster. That's the name of the musical. And it's a 1970s jukebox musical. So you know a lot of the songs, even if you don't remember the 70s, and I'm sure most of you are much too young to remember the 70s, but you know the music. It honors 1970s disaster films. It's a musical comedy directed by Turner Vaughn, who many of you saw in Sweeney Todd and many other shows. And he's a great director. He directed Evil Dead the musical while he was here, which ended up being a big hit. Let me just tell you a few of the songs. All Right Now, You're My Best Friend, 3 Times a Lady, Baby Hold On, 25 or 6 to Go, 25 or 6 to 4. I heard that title wrong all these years. When Will I Be Loved, Nadia's Theme, Don't Cry Out Loud. You know these songs. So come see that one. That's the third weekend of March. And that's probably enough of me talking. Let me introduce this next one. So this spring, we did the musical Chess. And I bet a lot of you, if you remember it from the 80s, One Night in Bangkok, or 80s music is making a huge comeback. I visited Davis County High School last week and asked them how many liked 80s music, and almost the whole class raised their hand. So 80s is coming back. This is from the 80s. It's about the Cold War. It's about chess. When we did it here this past spring, we had a giant sloping chessboard, and the music was amazing. It was written by some of the band members of ABBA. We will do for you tonight, One Night in Bangkok, as part of the musical Chess.
Okay. Bangkok, oriental setting, and the city don't know what the city is getting. The creme de la creme of the chess world, in a show with everything but, oh my God, he's so buff. Yul Brynner. Bangkok, just another stop in the chess world circus. Masters drop and play, checkmate, check out, and then you move on to another venue, like Iceland, or the Philippines, or Hastings, or this place. One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. The bars are temples, but the pearls ain't free. You'll find a god in every golden cloister. And if you're lucky, then the god's a she. I can feel an angel sliding up. One town's very like another when your head's down over your pieces, brother. What do you mean? You've seen one crowded, polluted, stinking town. You've seen them all. Warm and sweet. Get tired. You're talking to a tourist whose every move's among the purest. Oh, I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine. Woo! One night in Bangkok makes the hard man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok and the tough guys tumble. Can't be too careful with your company. I can feel the devil walking next to me. Siam's gonna be the witness to the ultimate test of cerebral fitness. This grips me more than would a muddy old river or reclining Buddha. What was that place? The generous soul? I don't see you guys rating the kind of mate I'm contemplating. I'd let you watch. I would invite you, but the queens we used would not excite you. So you better go back to your bars, your temples, your massage parlors. One night in Bangkok, world's your oyster. The bars are temples, but the pearls ain't free. One night in Bangkok, every golden cloister. A little flash, a little history. I can feel an angel sliding up to me. One night in Bangkok makes the hard man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok and the tough guys tumble. Can't be too careful with your company. I can feel the devil walking next to me.
Greetings on behalf of the Kentucky Wesleyan Music Department. I'm Lisa Clark, Associate Professor of Music and Music Program Coordinator. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope you're enjoying the taste of the arts so far. So I want to share with you some really exciting things that have been happening in the music department recently. First of all, I'm really excited to announce that we have our largest cohort of freshman students that we've had in several years. And we're just really excited at the energy that they bring and looking forward to seeing how they'll grow over the coming years. Second, if you've been on our campus, you have certainly seen some of the upgrades to our facilities. Here in Tapscott, where we're filming this right now, we have made lots of upgrades. We have recessed lighting, we have new LVT flooring, we have an extended stage area, and behind me you can see that we have a new to us Yamaha grand piano. So these are improvements to our campus that not only benefit our program, but the entire campus as well. If you've been over to visit us in the Ralph Center, you may have seen that we have upgrades in our practice rooms. Again, new flooring and new paint on all of the walls in the practice rooms. Other upgrades in our facilities in the Ralph Center include the taking down of a wall between two offices, and we've combined that into one large space to serve as our music technology space. We recently purchased 10 Yamaha digital pianos that will live in that space, and that is where our class piano courses are going to be taught this semester. And other upgrades include the addition of a new band music library. It was a space that has been converted to house all of the band literature, and it also serves as a work-study office. So please come over and check out our facilities. We're really proud of the hard work that's been put into making those spaces look a little more lively. Other really exciting news with the music program is the launch of our new music industry major. This is an interdisciplinary major that combines courses in music, communications, and business. And we're just getting things started, and we are really excited to see how that major is going to continue to evolve and grow over the coming years. This fall, we're excited to announce several exciting performances. If you want to learn more information about what our students are going to be doing, please visit our website for more information at kwc.edu/music. Thanks again for coming out and showing your support for our students and our program.
Hello, and welcome to the 2023 Taste of the Arts Evening Band Performance. I'm Dr. Patrick Stuckmeyer, Assistant Professor of Music and Director of Bands. We have some exciting news to share from the band department. We will be debuting an Owensboro Area Youth Wind Ensemble for area high school musicians that we're calling the KWC Youth Winds. This group will begin in January and will be an audition-based group drawing the highest level 9th through 12th grades musicians from the surrounding high schools and counties to come to our beautiful campus one day a week. This will be a wonderful opportunity to get these students onto campus and also give them a higher level experience than they may have in their local schools for the best and brightest. KWC has commissioned world-renowned composer Ryan George to compose a piece for us, which will be premiered next fall in 2024. Along with that, we have also commissioned Andrew David Perkins to compose a piece which will be premiered in the fall of 2025. We are very excited to get these works from the composers and put our Wesleyan stamp on them. KWC Band has been working very hard preparing this evening's concert for you. We would love for you to join us for our next concert, entitled American Visions, on Thursday, November 16th at 7 p.m. right here in Young Auditorium. Please enjoy the rest of the concert, and thank you for supporting the arts at KWC.
What a performance. Who's ready for more? Our next performers, yes. Our next performance will be introduced by Dennis Jewett, Associate Professor of Music and Director of Choir, and one of my musical aspirations and inspirations.
Thank you. It's good to see you all here tonight. The number of these young people behind me got a chance to go in May to Scotland and Ireland and sing on tour there, and several mothers are here that went with us as well. And many of you were supporters and helped us be able to go, and we're just grateful to you. While we were there, we had a concert. Our very first concert actually was at St. Andrews University, the premier university in Scotland. We sang on stage with their choir and did one piece with them, and then we all sang together. But afterwards, they took us out to dinner to a wonderful restaurant, and we all split up and sang and sat in tables so we could talk with them the whole time. When the dinner was over, we sang My Old Kentucky Home to them. And I'm going to invite any of the alums that have sung that arrangement with us to come up and join us right now. I have plenty of copies of the music. Come join us. When we got through singing to them, then they sang to us one of their songs. This is actually the theme song from Outlander, if you know that show. This is Over the Sea to Sky, and this is what they sang to us.
Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, sacred that lad be I. Merry of soul he sailed on a day, over the sea to sky.
Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, sacred that lad be I. Merry of soul he sailed on a day, over the sea to sky. Billow and breeze, islands and seas, mountains of rain and song. All that was good, all that was fair, all that was near is gone. Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, sacred that lad be I. Merry of soul he sailed on a day, over the sea to sky. Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, sacred that lad be I.
Thank you. Thank you. We also tried to sing some songs that connected us to the people in Scotland while we were there. And this is a Scottish song. It actually is a song that they sing at the end of the night in the pub to say this is our parting glass. But it also became the song that many of our immigrants that left Scotland during times of depression and all that came to our country. So this sort of represented the parting glass that they all left that life and came to our country. So our soloist is Brooks Holly. He's a junior graphic design major, and he is from Madisonville.
Oh, all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. And of all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to my memory now I can't recall. So fill to me our parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I've had, they're sorry now for my going away. And of all the sweethearts that e'er I've had, they would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be with you all. A man may drink and not be drunk. A man may fight and not be slain. A man may court a pretty girl and perhaps be welcome home again. But since it has so ordered been a time to rise and a time to fall, fill to me your parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. So good night and joy be with you all.
About 3 weeks ago, we had the Blue Moon, and it was the last time it's going to be here until 2037. So we thought, what a fun day. And it was also a day that James couldn't come to rehearsal, and I had to play. And so I knew we couldn't get much done at all. So we decided we would just have fun. So this is what we did that day, and I just thought we would share it with you.
They saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, just what I was there for. Blue moon, someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own, without a love of my own, without a love of my
We are so fortunate tonight to have a couple of our alums who've come back to be here this weekend. Two that graduated in 14, I think that's right. Jonna Capone and Jenny Wendt were in this choir and have gone on to have professional careers now. Jenny in Chicago and Jonna in New York, in that area. So we decided we wanted to sing something and have them be the soloists with the choir. When Jonna was here, she was actually played the role in Carousel on River Park Stage, and this is the solo that she sang, You'll Never Walk Alone. So we wanted to feature her on that with the choir behind her, and Jenny's going to sing Climb Every Mountain. Wrong.
Sounds music.
Yeah, right, okay. So they're gonna be our soloists for this, and then after we're through singing, they're gonna actually sing a number together too.
When you walk through a storm, keep your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never every mountain, such high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find a dream that will lead all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk. You'll never walk alone.
We actually did this show called Title of Show back in the day, and this number right now is called Secondary Characters. It's from that show, Title of Show.
I'm not sure where everybody went.
Hi, I'm Ginny.
Jonna, hey, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Now it's only me and you.
With no one to tell us what to do.
What do we do?
We don't have much time to dance in the spotlight, so I'm gonna treasure this John and Ginny duet.
And now may be the only chance I get tonight to enjoy the pleasure of this invisible cigarette. The secondary characters are singing a song while the stars are stacking off stage. It was their idea to bring us along, and now we're hijacking this stage. The script, we're equipped to steer the ship till the trippy skid ends. And by the end of this song, we'll be best friends. I want to apologize for any weirdness.
Me too, it could be really scary being the new kid.
I bet.
I bet you bet.
I do.
I also want to say that after all we've been through, I'm so glad we met.
I feel the same way, baby. Secondary characters are calling the shots while the guys are being stored in the wings. We've been left in charge of it all while the plot's unfolding like the Lord of the Rings. Trilogy, it'll be you and me till the very end. And like Frodo and Samwise, you'll be my best friend. My best friend. Sing! My best friend. Yeah. Jenny and Jonah, Jenny and Jonah. Sing on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on. You gotta go. Sorry, we're sorry. Sorry, I was just standing here. I don't know what happened. I didn't start singing.
Incredible as always, incredible as always. Isn't there talent in this room truly remarkable? The choir never ceases to amaze me. Our final performance will be introduced by Dr. Patrick Stuckemeyer, Assistant Professor of Music and Director of Bands. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I was in the back just wafted by all the musical sounds. Wow. Oh my goodness. Now it's time, folks. Let's give another round of applause to these students, to the faculty for their tremendous performances. Yes, yes. Tonight, we've shown you some of the best that's happening right here. And now with the students and faculty at Kentucky Wesleyan, now it's time to honor someone who was in the shoes of the students once upon a time. At this time, I welcome Provost Cousins back to the stage to present the Outstanding Alumnus of the Arts Award.
Thanks. And how about a round of applause for Carrie for emceeing tonight in his wonderful jacket? Let's also thank Wonder Boy Media for donating and giving to tonight and making tonight possible. So the Outstanding Alumni of Arts Award was a concept developed between the Fine Arts faculty and the Office of Alumni Engagement in 2022 in an effort to celebrate the arts at Kentucky Wesleyan College. The Alumni Association Board of Directors conducted their annual voting process to select our honoree this evening, as well as those who will be honored at tomorrow's Alumni Hall of Fame and Awards celebration. At this time, let's all watch the screen to learn about this year's honoree.
The Outstanding Alumni of the Arts Award recognizes alumni who have achieved a level of distinction within the arts and shared their talents with their communities. Kentucky Wesleyan is pleased to announce that our 2023 Outstanding Alumnus of the Arts is K.O. Lewis. K.O. majored in art education and played football and graduated from Kentucky Wesleyan in 2008. He, along with his Wesleyan sweetheart and wife, Erin, and their daughter, Eva, reside in Owensboro, where he is the assistant principal at Newton Parish Elementary School. K.O. also donates time to mentor young black men in the community through Western Academy at the H.L. Neblett Center. He has a passion for helping others see the greatest potential within themselves and develop skills and traits to help them grow.
He's somebody that I admire, and I don't really, throw admiration around lightly. Coach Lewis is somebody who I think, not just me, but other people in general can strive to emulate and be like. I just had my first baby girl 11 weeks ago. I see the love Coach Lewis has for his little girl. That's something I look up to. I've seen him interact with Erin, his wife. I want to strive to be a good husband like he does. Yeah, Coach, I'm pretty proud of Coach Lewis.
K.O. has spent the last 10 years building a name for himself in the art world. He travels to many high-level juried shows in the region and was chosen as the featured artist for the St. James Court Art Fair in Louisville. K.O. gained notoriety for working on the Minetta Sleet Jr. piece, which has traveled through Owensboro community.
I grew up loving art. I grew up with a deep respect for art and have encountered different artists, but there was something about him and his work that just spoke to me and my family. Even my girls are proud of what we have in our home. His art is not just about just paint on a canvas. It tells stories. Every one of his pieces tells some sort of a story. There's history in that, like the fact that he could take a painting and give you a history lesson in just one shot.
When I first met him, I was like, all right, you're this big, tough football player, and then you're artistic? Like, it just seemed like two things that were very different, and here they were both in him. It was an interesting find. He paints a lot of historic people, iconic people, and it seems like over the past few years, it's kind of filtered and targeted a little bit more towards people that have influenced him, people that are like social justice leaders, things like that.
It is our honor to present the 2023 Outstanding Alumnus of the Arts Award to K.O. Lewis, class of 2008.
So I'm gonna try to keep my composure up here. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, the tributes and the things that were said were completely out of the blue. My wife, if you know her at all, she is not one to say kind words to her husband or about her husband. That definitely brought some, you know, a little liquid to my eye. But you know, I'm gonna definitely go ahead and get something out of the way while I'm thinking about it, because I got an impending, let's call it a promise, looming over my head. So I want to say thank you to my wife, number one, and I want to say thank you to my daughter, because it takes a lot of time and effort to do what I do. I am what I call a servant leader. I give a lot of my time. I give a lot of effort. I work with young people. And I've seen some of, you know, the former students that I worked with at Owensboro High School in these artistic realms here today. And that is something that is so empowering and inspiring to me, because it gives me the energy and the juice to do what I do. And so it tells me that the things that we are doing in our day-to-day and trying to touch the young lives of people and watching them grow up and be the next generation to touch others is so important. And so it brings my life full circle, and I consider myself a young man, but it kind of touches on exactly what I do. My focus in art is all about representation. When I look across the landscape of art, I want to make sure that I am seeing what I want to see in art. And so as I produce art and I create art that is based on people who I have a strong reverence for, who I have a love for, or who I've gained something from their story. And so it is important to me to tell their story in a way that is easily digestible, but also very honest and open and direct. We got to tell the truth. And so when you look at my artwork, one of the more important pieces that I have of mine that is sitting on the stage today, it's a painting of Emmett Till. It's not intended to divide, it's intended to bring people together so we can have a conversation, so that we can be open with each other, and so that we can grow from it. My life is all about growth. If you know anything about me, you know that I come from, you know, a very humble beginnings, you know, the poor streets of Louisville, Kentucky. And I found my way to college, and I graduated. I was the first in my family to do so, and I continue to stick with it. Thank you. The beauty in that, and I don't want to take up your time. I know some of you guys are thinking like I am, it's past your bedtime, but you know, I do want to say my story doesn't end there, and I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason. I've been connected to some very important people in my life, people like Allie, Marshall, and Tina. You know, these are my family members, my brothers and sisters in life, and the more that I connect with those people, the more I feel like I'm going to grow. And my words of encouragement to all the young people here who are currently in college, you're focused on your credits and you're looking at the bigger picture down the road, build on those connections with the people that you are working countless hours with. Don't ever lose sight of those, because those will be the same people that you are with long hours and rows down years away, okay? And so hold on to those, okay? These are the most important people in your life. That's what I got from KWC. That's why it's so important to me. I will continue to hold a near dear place of KWC in my heart. I appreciate you all recognizing me here today in this way, and I'll never forget it. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations, KO. Thanks for all you do to share the arts, to continue the arts in Owensboro and beyond. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite our talent back up to lead a group performance of our alma mater to close out our evening. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see each of you around campus this weekend for a homecoming that's sure to be remembered. Please stand and sing with us.
Stand and join. I also want to say thank you to Dr. Cousins, to Eddie Kenny, and to Summer Aldrich for hosting this event tonight. We're grateful, and would you join us as we sing? They put the words up. That's good. Join, okay?